Today we are going to discuss the Hindu newspaper and also Indian Express newspaper. है ना हम डिस्कस कर लेते हैं सारा हिंदू एंड इंडियन एक्सप्रेस and how to read the newspaper. है ना? This video is only the purpose of who people are preparing for the civil services and state PCS also. And they don't know how to read the newspaper. They are investing the time and hours of time on the papers, and end of the day they are not getting any information, and they are missing a lot of information which is important for them. So how to read the newspaper before preparing the civil services? You have to know how to read the newspaper. It will help you in the prelims, in the mains, in the interview, after selection also. Without reading the newspaper knowledge, without reading the newspaper, you cannot be able to deliver your job in better manner. Because we have to have, you are the SDM. You are going to be SDM or maybe police officer. Therefore, you have to know the awareness. And here we have to categorize. Please go through the syllabus very carefully, and prelim and mains. And I can say that around the entire syllabus, newspaper reading is occupying the directly and indirectly 40 to 50%. Why? Because of the newspaper will give you the current knowledge. Newspaper doesn't mention that hardly 1 or 2 lines on the statics knowledge, exceptional cases, but they are always there raising the issues of burning, topics, and they don't want to put each and every topic. That is the reason we need to read the multiple sources. In addition to that, this newspaper we need to go for some websites also, some government website, Indian government websites, okay, and some other popular websites also. We have to take the information, and whatever the information we need to gather that information. Each and everything we don't want. See, suppose I tell you how to read the newspaper. In first news is, see, defamation case, Gujarat High Court, SC means High Court, refuses to release Rahul Gandhi. This is the political news. This is it. I don't want to require to focus on this kind of political news. Okay, don't focus on. And second, Central Forces Corps in as West Bengal gets set to vote today. This is some voting issues. We don't want to focus on this information. Not required. Don't. And J&K hardens its stand on land-to-land scheme. Okay. If any person who is preparing for the state pieces and that to JKPSC, then people can invest. For our UPSC, this is not required. And other state pieces or other than JKPSC, this is not required. Okay, right. This is the local. Okay, don't. And the CBI arrests 3 officials in Balasur train collision case. Just focus on CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation, and what are the roles and responsibilities of the CBI. Just you can, because of such kind of information, you can see this is they are giving that full form of CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation. Okay, that's it. And the rest of the matter is not required for me. Why? Because arrest 3 officials in Balasur train collision case, I don't want to. They have arrested. They have found some guilty. They have done some. Therefore, they have arrested. Therefore, we don't want to focus on why they were arrested, why not. They haven't done what. How many people they have to arrest. Rest of the things. Why? Because of that is not our game. Just to focus on this is the organ, central organ, CBI. What are the roles and responsibilities of the Central Bureau of Investigation? And you can focus on when this is established, who is the, just like a current director, and what about why they have invested, established this organization. This kind of, this is the one-time knowledge. Okay, every time, whenever you are reading CBI means you have to know some background related to the CBI, Central Bureau of Investigation. Okay, just focus on these things only. What are the roles and responsibilities? Initially, what are their roles, and after that, what the roles they have changed, what are their jurisdiction, each and everything you can focus on. That's it only. But such kind of information you are unable to pick up this on the meta. Okay, you can go any CBI website, you know any CBI website here, Central Bureau of Investigation website, or maybe you can go for maybe Wikipedia. That is also fine. Or CBI website also. You can gather some information. That is a one-time investment. You are reading the first time. That's it. And after that, just jot down few important points, roles and responsibilities. These are the things. CBI and BKI. Just read the roles and responsibilities, what the CBI can do and which ministry it is come under. Okay, this is the which ministry and what is that? Their logo, motto, industry and impartiality and integrity. Okay, and that's it. When this established it, 1963, by Revolution of Home Ministry, Resolution of Home Ministry, and these are little bit. And the specialist policeman, this is not required. Just like current director, if you want, you can remember Praveen Sood, otherwise not required. Okay, because of their keep on changing the directors. Maybe who is the first director? Maybe who is the first director of CBI at the time? Okay, maybe Kohli. You can remember a little bit. You can note down. Okay, and these are the organizations. You have to know these kind of information. Okay, right. Organization structure. You can understand. What are the control and the constitutional status. You can see that what the Gujarat High Court said and all, and these little bit responsibilities. Don't go for each and everything. Okay, right? Which are important for us. Just you can gather. I will give you the notes. Don't worry. No need to do. What are the most important points? I can give the special notes. Come to the newspaper. Now we have done this, right? Right. Now ED, Enforcement Directorate. ED means attaches assets worth of something X assets to Shishodaya, Manish Shishodaya. Others Delhi excise policy case. This is not required. This is the political only. No need to focus on anything on why this ED attaches assets worth of something. Not required. As a civil service aspirant, this information is not required at all. And go for second page. Assets worth only 80 lakhs each. CM accuses Modi, and this is the political news. We don't want to this information. We don't want to this information. This is entire is the political news. Okay, this entire is the political news. I don't want to this information. Okay, and order to sack fellows reeks of vindictiveness. Speaker to Lieutenant Governor. See, this is little bit. You can see that what are the Lieutenant LG means Lieutenant Governor, and what are the orders to sack fellows. Reeks of the vindictiveness. What is going in this is the political, even though it is a political, just to focus on what are the roles of the Lieutenant Governor and what are the roles of the Speaker. Just like it will help in the politics. See, Assembly Speaker X, Ram Nivas Gohel, and Friday wrote on something, LG, Lieutenant Governor VK Sachana, stating that the Service Department order terminating the service of fellows and associate fellows working with the Delhi Assembly is void ab initio, nothing but void from the beginning, nothing but whatever the Lieutenant Governor is ordering, stating related to the Delhi government, simply Speaker of the Assembly has made it as a delimit. Why? Because of it is not come under his jurisdiction. He don't have that much authority to give such kind of statements for Lieutenant Governor. Therefore, simply Assembly Speaker has a simply these kind of roles will not work from the beginning. Whatever you are doing. On Thursday, Assembly Secretariat issued an order terminating the services and so fellows and associate fellows working with the Assembly. Following the order, Service Department only withdraw the after Speaker. Okay, this is the contempt of House, and you can see that what are the roles of Speaker and what are the roles of responsibilities of the Lieutenant Governor. So, you see, don't focus on roles and responsibilities of Lieutenant Governor on Delhi government. Just you can focus on roles and responsibilities of the Lieutenant Governor and governors also. It will help you in the quality. Similarly, you can focus on what roles and responsibilities of upper house, and Speaker, maybe lower house, and see that, just skim that 5 to 10 minutes, and so that what are the roles and responsibilities. If you know that a little bit knowledge about the roles and responsibilities of the governor, similar to kind of roles and responsibilities to the president also, there are the few roles extra. Okay, and what are the roles we don't have in the governor, maybe president can have. It will help you what is the constitutional status, each and everything you can go through that. Okay, that's it only. That purpose you can read this newspaper and read this article. Okay, and in this letter, LG, Mr. Goyal said, I have directed Assembly Secretary not to take any action in this matter without my approval. Okay, right. And other departments and officers may also advise not to interfere this issue, as depriving the honorable members of Assembly Committees, research assistants would be treated as the breach of the privilege and contempt of those. The Speaker added, displacing these professionals without any notes goes against the principles of the natural justice and smacks of arbitrariness and unexplained vindictiveness. It is like a political vendetta. Okay, the Services Department had also Wednesday issued that order stating that 433 consulates, X number of consulates, fellows and advisors entered with AAP government void ab initio. Again, the same term. Okay, just therefore, from this article, what I'm going to learn, what are the roles and left responsibilities of the left governor in the state, left governor, lieutenant governor and lieutenant governor and governor. Why Delhi has a lieutenant governor? Why not governor? Why some states has a governor? Why not lieutenant governor? You can see that. Go through that. And what are the responsible roles and responsibilities of president? And what is the roles and responsibility of Lok Sabha speaker and assembly speakers? And these are little bit you can see what are their constitution. And this new sexual harassment city quotes among the WFI chief. This is not required. Okay, more or less every organization can have this kind of victims only. Therefore, leave it. Okay, that is not related to ours. And High Court, SC seeks NDMC. NDMC means national. Stand on plea against the raising mask. This is local only. Don't focus. And the Hazari firing. Okay, this is also not required. Leaders of rival factions are arrested. Okay, right. You can read newspaper. And alliance with the JJP was not for force. It is not required at all. This is completely political. AAP responds to the Congress. This is also political. Okay, right. And the rain halt Samarnath Yatra. This is not required. Why? Because we are not going to the Yatra, right? We are not going. We are in the preparation for civil service. Therefore, we are not moving anywhere. Therefore, that is not required for us. Okay, don't focus on that. And Coimbatore DIG Vijay Kumar Hand's life. This is also not required. No need to go for any detail. Just to know that. Okay, right. List of road travels agent study minister. This is also not required. Okay, you can leave it. Next, J&K administration ordinance it stand on land. I told you if someone has prepared for the state PCS, JKPS, then they have imported. For us, is not required. Okay, in the main page only we have. And PM Modi's silence bothering people says this is a political Manipur burning issue, not required. No need to. At the end of the completing after the all the disturbance is over and a normal peace and harmony is maintaining the Manipur, then we will gather why this issue came, what are the problems in Manipur, and what are the communities, and what are the tribal agencies, each and everything. Okay, I will tell you. Therefore, no need to focus on here. This is not required. Okay, folk singer Neha booked our no, not required. This is and villagers cut off after a trolley. This is also not required. Okay, and come to that 5 coaches fall. Now, this is also not required. Some training instead. And so the third judge's frames 3 queries answered to him. This is also not required. And the clashes erupts between 2 groups. This is also not required at all. What is the problem? Some groups are clashes or not clashes. Going to. And why the Garo tribe? Garo. West Bengal's Alipurda feels betrayed by the ballot. This is the local news, but what you need to study just to focus on this tribe, okay, Garo tribe, and which state, and what are the other tribes in the West Bengal, and Jaintia, Garo. Maybe in the name you can find in the geography we can find the hills also, Garo, Jaintia, this kind of. Okay, just don't need to, why the Garo tribe in West Bengal feels the betrayed parent. No need to, this is, I don't want to the information. I don't want to. There is a something happened. Okay, there is a problem. And what is there? They have stopped and what kind of, I don't want. But I need only, I am bothering about tribe. This tribe belongs to the West Bengal. Okay, what is their language? What is their culture? What is their scriptures? And which, how much, what is the land area they're occupying, and is there any such kind of tribes on other parts of the state, just for getting the knowledge. Okay, right. Just getting the knowledge. Why? Because of, we have been skimming lot of news. Let it be if you have a time, but don't go for the article. That is, just you can invest the some Garo tribe on, simply Google out only. Google out Garo tribe, just like, okay, the Garo tribe, just like read the culture. Okay, Garo tribe, what are they signaling, and where are the, which states they are, Meghalaya, Assam, and Tripura, and what are their, you know, like few religion, and read little bit what is that their culture, and just like, and festivals. This is very interesting thing, and what are their important, this kind little bit music and dance. That's it. Don't go for detail and detail. I will help you. Okay, just, but how to read I am explaining. Now come to the top newspaper. Okay, right. Next, this is over, and come to the state news. Kerala teens dies due to the brain-eating amoeba infection. This is not required. This is the new kind of infection. In the name itself, brain-eating amoeba infection. Okay, not required. And Karnataka, their CM Siddharamaya presents the guarantee budget. This is the local. If somebody willing to prepare KPSC, Karnataka Public Service Commission, they have to spend time on this article. Otherwise, for UPSC is not required. It is a local. Okay, right. Gehlot launches. This is will not required at all. And artist Kalsper Nambodri leaves band legacy in images. It is also not required. Local only. Okay, right. Readers of Malayalam, artist Nambodri passed away Friday, Kolkata, XYZ. No need to spend. Okay, not required. And Stalin 11%. This is not required. Rain related deaths. This is also not required. Okay, therefore I don't want to spend. Okay, I will have the special sessions on the editorials. Okay, I will explain each and everything. What is the omnious science, and what is the stupidity of the euphoria of the US state visit. This is very, very interesting. Okay, right. This is very, very interesting. This kind of article you should not miss. But this is not a current affairs. These are the, it will give you vast knowledge on the particular incident. Okay, you have to have read the editorials which is related to our exam. Okay, editorial will give that from the basics to till what is, and they will give the conclusions also. Therefore, don't miss the editor. But right now, I am focusing on only the current affairs. Why the editorial not come under the current affairs? This will give, it will add the knowledge, lot of knowledge, and true stating. This is also, and long road finding the true space in the human. Okay, this is also later we are going to focus. I will explain, and you can read the letters to the editor. UCC, Uniform Civil Code, what is, and defamation case. Just like you're getting some ideas, you will get the various uh, thoughts. Initially, you don't have any any thought process and any ideas. What is this and how to form the opinion. And this will give the opinions. You can stick to the opinion. Maybe you can form your own opinion because of it will give you the balanced approach. Okay, you have to see that both side of the pocket. See, tomorrow you are going to be serve the country. You cannot able to the partial to the one community or one religion or one society or anything. You have to be maintain your balanced approach. That is most of it. You should not hurt the any community. Neither you should not help in the same particular community despite of neglecting the other communities. You have to. You are the agent, government, and a servant, right? Okay. Now, I am not skipping these articles, very important. Again, I'm emphasizing editorials are very, very important. It will give you, it will, it will make you to exactly what is, subject, what is the actual subject. You can spend some time. Okay, later we can spend time. Why? Because of, first of all, apart from the editorials, we are we are sucking up the information which is relevant for our exam. Okay, right. Next, right. I am going for the infinite variety of the custom, and see that the Prime Minister Pushpa, the UCC, has lead alarm among the tribal communities in different regions of the country. And RK and AL and report that northeastern states and the Jharkhand on the worry on custom and age practices recognized. Okay, you can see that you have to read the infinite variety. They have used the mathematics infinite variety of custom. Why? Because the Prime Minister was about UCC lead, they have feeling the some danger that tribal communities they're feeling, oh, the center is the informed community because of someone has to educate in different regions of country. That is report from the northeastern state. We have a 7 northeastern state. Sometimes we are calling as a 7 sisters, and along with the Jharkhand. They have reached there and worrying that that custom and age would practice recognized by law would be soon under the threat. Therefore, someone has to, some nodal agency or any government, they have to educate. Okay, UCC is not against for you. It won't threat your customs and whatever the cultures. It is a we are carrying. We have to educate them. What is the uses mean? See, whenever government of India or any other country, if whenever they are implementing the policy, automatically what they don't know, that's common people, they don't know the knowledge. They're not educators, right? They common people. They can see that what information on the some social media, they can see that which is not relevant. You know that 99% is the dummy information only they are making the viral videos or viral news, which is not true, which is not relevant at all. Why? Because the majority people, oh, this is danger, this. Therefore, we have to educate them. Okay, before implementing, we have to visit, most of the pages, and we need to talk to the local stakeholders. We need to talk to the leaders of the tribal communities, just to convey them, messaging them. This is not a harm. This is help you further. What are the benefits of UCC? You can just educate them. Automatically, their leaders they can convey the message in their own language. The Ligna Franca, you can convey the message, whatever the actual meaning, then automatically the local leaders are, whoever it, on the tribal, they can make it up. Automatically see, they won't believe us. We become tribal communities, they won't believe outsiders. They can believe their leaders. Oh, this you are not against. Why? Because any person is, giving, oh, he's not our tribe. Therefore, our tribe is in danger. Our language is in danger. Maybe our something happened. They have some fear. Okay, they have a fear. Okay, right. We have to mitigate that fear so that they can understand. Okay, you can read it each and everything. Okay, okay. Here, see, here is also beautiful questions are there. Later I will. Okay, right. Next, come to the news. Now, Gujarat isolation. This is political against same continuation. This is also same. Okay, because of High Court, they have refused it. They are going for Supreme Court. That is not required. And central forces already we have neglected in the field. And also same we have neglected. ED also we have removed it in the first page itself only. And I am firmly with the BJP. That is not required. And something. And Ajit, this is also not required. And Neelam Gorke defeats the Uddhav. Now, this is also not required. Political news only. And the BJP welcomes HC verdict. This is also not required. Okay. Unproductive politics, diversion. This is not required. This is just like a cartoon related to the Rahul Gandhi and justice, not required. Okay. Right. How definite is Modi is a collection of persons? Okay. Right. How definite is Modi as a collection of persons? Okay. I need to read the few sentences. I don't know what is that. How definite is Modi as a collection of persons? Even I don't know. Even see, The fight for the relief in the Rahul Gandhi, they leave it. Again, political. And a BJP chooses leaders in charge of no, not required. And Baghel government, a model of corruption, Modi. Hitting the Chhattisgarh Congress, leave it. Okay, I thought maybe Modi something important, but you know, they are criticizing, not required at all. And Geeta Press, a living fate, no less than a temple, says PM Modi. I cannot say that you can, you know, removing it. Why? Because this is not a political. You know, it doesn't mean that this is the news. Just like for happiness, you can read it. Attending the closing ceremony of the centenary celebrations of Geeta Press, Gorakhpur, so Prime Minister Modi Friday described the publishing a house not less than any temple. Okay, the publishers guiding harmony between the work. Okay, the Prime Minister added the government has accorded to the Gandhi Peace Prize Geeta Press on the completing the 100 years. Okay, highlighting the emotional attachment of Mahatma Gandhi with the Geeta Press. Okay, right. The PM who visited UP also flagged the Vande Bharat Express. Okay, just good, and trains to lay the foundation to the somewhere to where Gorakhpur railway station to redevelopment. Okay, while the flagging of the Vande Bharat train, that described them to boon to the middle class. Okay, okay, just like what is the Vande Bharat? How many trains are there? This one little bit you can get the knowledge. Okay, right. From which states it is running, what is the source, what is the destination, and how many states it is running. Okay, later you can little bit give the small importance. I can say not 100%. I can say that only you can add 10%. Okay, right. That's it only. Now, union government holds backdoor talks with the cookies. This is the Manipur burning issue. Okay, right. Cookies groups, Methi groups in Manipur only. No need to. Okay, right. Backdoor talks with cookies. Okay, leave it. Okay, once everything is maintain the harmony, then I can go through the all the news. Okay, from that point, I won't go for spend the any news item. Okay, right. Okay, right. Right. Some opposition parties leave it. Okay, and Viva Bharati University, no, leave it. No. Report Khalistan Dovel tells UK counterpart Tim Harrow. Okay, right. This is you can focus on. Okay, what is this Khalistan? What is this Khalistan is? Why they are arguing? Why they want to gain a special nation? What is happening in the Canada? So that you can focus on. Just a day after UK Foreign Secretary James, cleverly gave assurance to safety of Indian diplomats in his country, India, on Friday urged that UK to act against pro-Khalistan elements. We have threatened the Indian officials. That is the problem. Why? Because of see, they whatever they need, okay, they cannot do anything in India. Why? Because of we can control them. Why? Because of this Punjab community, they have majority are in the Canada. And if they want to see in the democracy there is a path. We should not want to work any country, or we should not want to against any country. Okay, whenever you are settling, you can work for the Canada. You have to work for the Canada development, and automatically you are also developing. Canada is also growing up. Once you have leave from here and you are in the in the Canada, you are pro Khalistan. What is this? You see, you have left the country. That is good only. You are good. That is not a bad thing. You are leaving the India and you are settling in the UK or somewhere, Canada, anywhere. It is not a problem at all. But you are making the anti-national. That is not a viable option. That is not a viable at all. And a pro-Palestinian. If they want, you can come to that door. You can come for discussion. You can come for the talk. Okay, right. This is only the discussion. You cannot, should not threaten. I will kill the diplomats, or I will kill the some public government these things. That is not a okay, right. The discussion in this regard took place at the Hyderabad House between the two delegations led by visiting National Security Advisor UK's Sir Tim Bharo and the Indian counterpart Ajit Pawar. The discussion came ahead of the expedition. Pro-Khalistan Raj published public, publicity materials for the event of threatened to harm Indian diplomats in the UK and Canada and other countries. Okay, this is very, very wrong thing. We have to take the serious action. Okay, right. Indian government has to take the raise the issue in those countries. Okay, right. The Indian side raised the issue exactly. The extremist elements in the UK threatening the individual officer of Indian Army Commissioner. Okay, and urged the UK government to take the strong public action against these elements, such as deportation or legal prosecution. That is important. That's all. This has to happen. We should not want to mum. We should not be the silent on these issues. See, something happened, anti-national elements is happening outside. It is not inside. Inside India, we can able to control. We have that kind of machinery. We have forces. But it is outside. We cannot send that, our elements, our control elements to the outside. We cannot able to send. If it is required, definitely we can able to send, but not required. But we have to urge that. We have to pressurize the other countries. These things are happening. These kind of things are not tolerable. Still, we have to help. Even somebody is, doing the any other community in India, we cannot able to tolerate. Okay? Right. That's it. There can be no jurisdiction for the violation of extremism, radicalism in a democracy. Exactly. These are not a democratic element. There can be no justification for violent extremism. That is important. Radicalization. Because of democracy, do you know that democracy is derived from the two words demo and cracy? People, majority of the people rule the government. Therefore, you violate extremism. If you have extremism, you can come for the talks. We have the problems. Why are you demanding for the separate country? What is that necessary? But if you have any economic development, you have any social development, if you have lack of any other things, you have to fight for them. You should not be act as extremist. I can kill you, I can kill this, I can go this, I can destroy this, I can throw the bombs on XYZ, I can put that some XYZ. No, that is very, very wrong thing. Any direct attacks on the Indian High Commissioner and London are the completely unacceptable. Yes, it is completely. This is not tolerable. Intolerable actions. We have made clear that safety or staff of High Commission is paramount. This is the peak. Because of they are working for our country and somebody is ready to threatening them. What is this? We should not be. They're working. They're working. They're saying they're working for us, our country, and someone is disturbing them. How can we be silent on them? We should not. We have to react. We have to give the strong message to them. Oh, yes, it is a paramount. Yes, exactly. The issue has gathered momentum against the backdrop of both rallies are expected to take place in London and Toronto and San Francisco and Melbourne. But see this. There are the different countries, London, with UK, and Toronto in Canada, and San Francisco, USA, and Melbourne, Australia. See, this kind of things will be gradually increase. We have to be killed at the time of the initial. Otherwise, whenever it is a growing big and big, we cannot able to control. Tomorrow they can be also enemies. Right? Okay? That is main thing. We have to be controlled at this time. Whoever the person, maybe whoever the organization is supporting. See, I am not saying that supporting is bad, but extremism is not good. That is only I am complaining. If anything what you can come for talks. You can come for talks. You can peace. That is important. Peace and harmony talks. Okay, extremism is not a viable option at all. Right, campaign for the Saturday rallies drew the attention of publicly. Meetings circulated both, offline and online. Signaled out diplomats called the pro-coalition activists to avenge the murder of the XYZ. That is very, very ridiculous thing, and there is no common sense. There knows logic, idiot thing. Okay, right. Whatever you want, you should not take by force. That is, people have to remember. Whatever you want, you should not. Any person, it is not for any person within India also. Whatever you want, you can you can convey your message X, Y, Z. If it fails, next second. Next, if it fails, it's proud down and gather the people support. But threatening, I will kill you, I will kill them, I will throw the bomb, I will do this. Okay, that is it. Not at all. Okay, right. Right. Now, and act against the this is political, this is not required. Okay, right. Next, what is this? India can train Mongolian parliamentarian Om Birla. Speaker is saying something. Mongolian, why he went? Just like you just read that information. Why he went Mongolia? What is the what kind of agreements we have? And Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla on Friday offered to help Mongolia. Where is this country? Just locate on the map, and what is the capital, and what is the relation between India and Mongolia, and what are the benefits for us for our country to interact and tie up with the Mongolia, or Mongolia is what kind of benefit is getting. These kind of things you can establish. It will help you in international relations also in training the parliamentarians and officials as well as developing parliamentary institutions. Okay, see they are underdeveloped. We have already in this parliamentary institution we have some good and good knowledge, and they are underdeveloped. Therefore, we have to give the knowledge how to develop this parliamentary institution like upper house, lower house, and other kind of ministries. See, each and everything will not help you. You cannot able to copy and paste, and what kind of things. Okay, right. We also toured a Mongolian oil refinery. This is very important oil refinery project being built in India. Assistance and express confident that landlocked East Asian nation, very important landlocked East Asian nation. So landlocked East Asian nation means East Asia. We have a Asia, and after that in the West Asia, East Asia, Central Asia, you can know that what kind of countries is coming. And landlocked means what surrounding by the all the countries. And support Indian candidature as a non-permanent member of the United Security Council in the term of that is important. Okay, UNC, SCC, UNSC. India's candidature as a non-permanent member. Okay, support India candidates are non-permanent member. We are asking for permanent member at least. Why? Because of we are occupying. We have more population. Our voice has to go for in the permanent. Only as of now UNSC, only 5 members are there. ABC of I can say USA, America, and Britain. C for Canada, China, and F for France, and R for Russia. We are not bothering about. And somebody is always poking, whenever we are asking for permanent number, maybe some, China, maybe some, countries like Pakistan or some other XYZ countries, always they're poking. Maybe. Okay, therefore we have the, entire world voice. Okay, in the UNSC, there are how many countries are there? Do you know that? 198 countries, total 202 countries. I don't know, best of my knowledge. Okay. Maybe because of 10 years back only I have used to study these kind of things. But as of now, I don't know. I have started today only. But you can check. I will give you that. I have to go through that, UNSC and what kind of, countries each and everything I will tell you. And anyway, we need the permanent member. That is important. Right. Okay, we are at work. Mr. Birla called President so and so, Prime Minister so and so, the Speaker of so and so, Parliamentary Training Institute of Democratic could organize capacity building programs for Mongolian Parliament. That is important. Parliamentary research and training. Okay, these kind of things they have need. Institute for Democracy could organize capacity building programs for what? Mongolian Parliament. Okay, go through that. You have to read. Okay, see the culture of the Mongolian, see the history of the Mongolian. why they need parliamentary institutions, why we have to help, what is the eligibility and what is the benefit for us, and what whenever we are doing the parliament, they definitely they can help. They can ask you, okay, India has helped me this one. It is like a they see whenever they are helping particular situation, definitely whatever we want, they can also help. They are not our enemies. And see all the information. Okay. Next, come to the Supreme Court turns down petition on the protection of PUH plant days. Okay, we will refuse to entertain plea seeking the direction of protecting complaint witnesses under the prevention section. Leave it. This is and the MP urination in leave it. This is not required. And bus driver was no leave it. And selective ban on messaging apps may be looked at. Try Telecom Regulator Authority of India. You can read it what kind of organization and what is the structure and roles, responsibilities, why this is thing, and why selective ban. This is very very interesting. If you are doing the ban on entire internet, that is not a good, right? See in the see suppose in my whole shot there is a problem in this button. Have to visit the tailor and I have to. This is the problem. I have to correct this button. I cannot do all those things, right? I cannot throw away this shirt, right? Therefore, in that let it be. For example, in the tree, there is a one part is the problem. Therefore, can we take that root out, all the tree, entire tree? No, we should not, right? What right now? What is happening? There is some disturbance is going on. Some government exam is going on. What the governments are taking in order to mitigate, in order to reduce the problems, they're stopping the internet. They're closing. See, internet it will help you because the government is stopping. It is okay, but you can only what you can stop. At least you can ban the apps. What the social apps, maybe WhatsApp or maybe Telegram or maybe XYZ. That is important. Maybe Google Meetings. These kind of apps don't stop the internet. If somebody suppose see if you're stopping, there is some operation is going on, or maybe something XYZ. That is not a good, right? That is not an option. Therefore, the body has sought inputs bringing apps like WhatsApp under the licensing framework. This comes as a turning point. It is recommended against the regulations such as you can go through this article. Okay, you have to see. I told you right. See, try questions on the selective shutdowns appears to be long along these lines without referring to VPNs instead of regulating as limited. Go through that all this internet shutdown. Why consultation is based on references received by default. It is a special significance in considering the ongoing internet shutdown in Manipur. Yes, exactly. This is the big problem. Why? Because see, government using every time. See, there is a problem. You can cut it. No, first you can repair. First you have to repair. This is not a cancer, right? Okay, if you are cutting, okay, that will be the help. This is not a cancer. Okay, selectively, that is important. TRI has recommended September 2020 that there would no need to regulatory OTT communication services. So OTT communication means this kind of. Okay, right. OTT communication service, the term for such apps for hello calling and testing over the internet often encryption that makes that difficult. Okay, you can go through this article, very good article, no doubt. Words like a fake, false, misleading, IT rules the problematic. Bombay High Court expert the concerns about the other team, conferred on the fact-checking unit. Okay, right. Okay, they have said okay, the court have from IT rules only problematic. They are quoting. You can go through that. What kind of legalities you can at least understand. Bombay Court and Friday words like false, fake, misleading. That part of the new information technology rules were problematic. Now, what are the problematic? What are the rules? Let's go through the details. The Division Bench of Justice (GB) and NG was hearing the bunch of petitions filled by political satirist Kunal Sono, editorial of so and so. Okay, organization. Okay, this is IT intermediate guidelines of Rules 23. These are the problematic. They are saying that, but actually, what is the new rules require social media intermediaries and censor or otherwise modify content that relates to the union government if the government is mandated to fact checking the FCUs directed to do so. Okay, The wordings of IT rules where words like fake, false, misleading are problematic. Those are the only three criteria to flag the content is a false. We don't know the business of the central government. The expression is a fake is extremely problematic. Exactly. The one might argue something is a false. Okay. Right. Falsity puts us in the binary. Fake does not even attempt to that. Okay. The word misleading, the rules is extremely problematic areas in its opinion. Okay, calling something misleading is a subjective, which is misleading the only may not be necessarily misleading for the another. Yes. The court went on to the say analysts may have their own figures. Is it fake news? I want to know what happens to the editorial content online. You may find any editorial extremely hard hitting. For example, India relation with China. Words like a fake, false, misleading are used in amendment. Okay, we are the concerned about the authority of FC. Okay, go through this article. It will give the some rules. These are IT rules. Okay, words like a false, misleading, and these are not a viable option. Okay, this is not an option at all. Therefore, it won't be BHC. Concerning is very good. Okay, right. This is not required. McDonald's and the BBC gets fresh summons over Modi does not required at all political. And Delhi goes to run hydrogen fuels and buses later not required. And the Supreme Court set aside a High Court teachers in Bengal not required. Okay, come to the world and checks to train Ukraine pilot not required. This is US sends cluster one not required. Treasury chief US not seeking winner all come. This is you can focus on. You can focus on. Treasury chief says US is not seeking the winner take all competition with China. Okay, please focus. Why she went? What are the relations? Why see in our India there is no relations between what other country US Treasury Secretary is visiting the Chinese, maybe Chinese Treasury Secretary visiting US. We have to have observed what is going on there. Why she went? What are the problem? Is there China's economy is went down, going down, or China is stopping the US growth? You can see that some kind of information. It will help you in India. Okay, right. The US Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen told Chinese Premier Li Qiang on Friday, United States is not seeking winner-take-all competition to visit the Beijing aimed stepping fraudulent lies. What is that? Mr. Yellen forwarded trip so and so. Leave it. And Mr. Yellen underscored Mr. Lee that we seek healthy economic competition that is not winner-take but with a fair set of rules benefits both the countries over them. She told that Mr. Beijing's great all of people. Okay. Okay, US has said it is seeking de-risk the China limiting world's second largest economy to advanced technology. Washington, so okay, so what we are going to learn? Only the second largest economy, China. Mr. Allen underlined that Mr. Lee that while Washington would certain circumstances need to be pursued, targeting actions to protect its national security. Okay, that should not derail, derail derail ties. Okay. Next, we may disagree in these instances. She said, okay, highlighting the challenges. Just Ellen said, Beijing unveiled new export controls on metals key to the semiconductor manufacturing on national security guards. Okay, in the latest survey in the chip war. Okay, chip war. The Treasury Secretary told American business people Washington was concerned about these curbs. Okay, that is the reason she went to the China. Why? Because the Treasury Secretary told American business people, American USA business people, Washington, what they are concerned about these kind of curbs only. They are losing their businesses. Therefore, she is asking to request, don't do. We are the friends. We are the best friends. Why? Because right now it is what there are some time maybe in the past US and China are the best maybe, but recent this Russia-Ukraine war, Russia is China is supporting to the Russian, including we are also supporting Russian and USA and NATO and they are supporting. to the equilibrium. Therefore, some kind of disturbance is going on between, sometimes, reels are, some friendship is, degrading. They are not maintaining their relations. Okay, there is a something we have to observe. Okay, right. Okay, Beijing optimistic. What is optimistic in Beijing? Despite tension, Beijing has struck an optimistic tone about the visit. Okay, Premier Lee told Mr. Friday China could see the relationship recovering after the difficult period. Okay, nothing but the relationship as was, we are recovering after a difficult period. Because of after difficult period is gone, we are recovering. It is like a positive. Leave it. And Texas gunman, leave it. And Pakistan is in the danger. Very, very, leave it. Okay, right. And Sri Lanka counting on Indian tourists to support, economic recovery, bolster, economic recovery. Okay, right. Tourist based only. If you want, you can go through that. Sri Lanka is counting on tourists from India, this primary source market, to boost the foreign exchange earnings and aid economic recovery as the Iceland expects fewer tourists from the Europe and amid ongoing recession. Colombia is the currently hosting 67th convention on the Travel Agents Association of India. Okay, if you want, you can give that, 50% important. Go through that. It's not a, go through that. At least you can know the something. What is the tourism is going on from India to, Sri Lanka. Go through that. This. Okay, next. Come to the business space. Tata Motors not required, Arabic not required. This is also not required. Next, government to share the PM Gati Shakti data. Yes. What is this PM Gati Shakti? Just go through that. Okay, right. Industry and potential investors will have to access to infrastructure data captured on PMI Gati Shakti platform. According to the top government officials, data sharing to be compatible with the policies of the Science and Electronics and IT ministries. Okay, right, go through that. Definitely, this kind of information is good. The government is working out mechanism to share data with the industry and the potential investors about multimodal connectivity as well as other physical and social infrastructure captured the in Gati Shakti platform official said on Friday. Okay, the networking plan group NPG under the platform which is multiple player of geospatial data from the across the country has so far managed to evaluate facilitate 85 large central infrastructure projects nearly 5 lakh crore. So far said Sumita Dhara, SW Special Secretary, Department for Promotion Industry and Intern, Internal Trade. Okay. Then at NPG's 51st meeting chaired by the so-and-so group evaluated 5 national highways projects. Okay. Which is included 2 highways, Maharashtra and Kanpur. Okay, Mizoram, some XYZ. Okay, see, the clutch of projects worth is something which is essentially disaster mitigation measures in Uttarakhand, Garhwal region, where take up. Okay, these include 20 so and so. Responding to the queries so and so. Okay, open the investors and stakeholders outside the government. The other side issues discussed on ministries were come together to reach the consensus among the modalities. Okay, geospatial data sharing has to be compatible with the science ministry policies, with while the Ministry of Electronics IT has been asked to examine the issues relating to the data protection and privacy. That is important. Okay, data privacy and protection is more and more important. Yes, right. And all ministries are working out which data can be shared and which is not shared. Okay, she are indicating the time frame for the implementation. Okay, right. Okay, right. The GatSekti portal has multiple layers of geospatial data from the across country. Okay, and the data the center is planning to allow industry and investor tap into data collected under the PM GatSekti plan. Okay, GatSekti network planning group has evaluated different so and so important ministries currently working out the data when shared and industry. Okay, just you can focus on what is the PM GatSekti data. Okay, right. Now, job gains slow, wage rise to spur feel like not required, and GST registered firms must geocode their for student it's not required. Supreme Court denies spy jet. This is also not required. Okay, SEBI, yeah, wow, SEBI. Okay, Securities Exchange Board of India. Okay, regulator of the stock market. Okay, just focus on this organ. What are the roles and responsibilities of the SEBI? When did they establish it, and who is the first chairman of SEBI, and right now who is the current chairman, and what are the rules and regulations of the SEBI, how they are, what are the functions of the SEBI, and how they are controlling the market, and what are the problems in the market. Just you can focus on. Okay, SEBI amends rules to evade multiple filings by deputy issuers. The SEBI has notified rules for the introducing the concept of general information and key information document to avoid multiple filings of the documents by issuing the debt security. That is, whenever people are in the debt security, they're paying they're filing the multiple documents. SEBI is just like a okay, don't need to general information and key information documents, and please avoid this multiple filing information. Okay, the move will promote ease of doing the business. Exactly, for one thing you are putting the one thing, you are putting the 10 applications. You can say that only one thing, only you can submit all the details. One application is sufficient, one approval is sufficient. Okay, a general information document GID will contain the information and disclosure specified in the common schedule and will be filed with the stock exchanges at the time of the first insurance. Just like you can produce this one. The GID will have validity period is 1 year, and next year you can update SEBI set notification. Thereafter, for subsequent private placements of non-convertible securities or commercial papers within the validity period, only the key information document that is important. This is the one is the general information document. Second one is the GID, general information document. Other one is the KID, key information document. Okay, right. Will be required to file within the stock exchange containing the material changes. Okay, only please avoid these kind of multiple. Only two documents. Okay, what their purpose? They're doing the ease of the business. That's it. Yokohama, India is on 5th rank in India's car real tires market. Leave it. This is the company. LIC, leave it. Almost half workers of India not feel secure in jobs. Okay, okay, not required at all. Okay, this is the news of the. Okay, right. Next, next video we are going to discuss detailed analysis of editorials along with what are the backgrounds we need to add. Right. See, if once you have started the newspaper, don't expect I need to gather the multiple all the information in one day. Don't. Again, information will come. Don't worry. This is today is the first day. Just like you have started with the maybe zero. Zero is a beautiful figure. I love the zero. Okay. Then you can push on in the right side. Don't push on the left side of the number. You can keep on push on the right side. Okay. Don't put on the left side. You can make it as I have a zero, and you can add the number in the left side. Next tab. Next, you can again add the number on the left side. I hope you like this video. Share it. Subscribe. Okay, every day I will give this kind of information, and you can benefit for them. I will share the notes, my current affairs, what are the sources, what kind of sources I am using, and I will give the complete knowledge so that you can frame beautiful answers in the writing the means. Maybe you can use this kind of information on essay. You can quote that as it is sentences. Sometimes you can see that the beautiful sentences you cannot able to express that line other than no words. You don't have any words other than these words. Just like whenever there is necessary, you can put this kind of material in your answers. You can add the current data. It will help you a lot for the civil service management, and beyond that also it will help you. Why? Because of see, if you are missing how we can code, you can write the good answers. Okay. Next class I will update. Next video, next class in the sense we will go in for the editorials. Okay.